Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Hope you had a good weekend and all that jazz. I'm still going to do some roundup shows for the rest of this week until we get to Christmas. And what I wanted to do today is talk about some modern grinding bands that aren't just straight up kind of classic grindcore and power violence like we spun last week. We've had a ton of those bands on this year. I love it to bits, but I wanted today to talk about some of the more modern bands who aren't just straight up grindcore but have grind influences within their music, but they're doing a bit more with it. The tracks are a bit longer. There's more sections to it than just blast beats and grinding riffs. And these are the kind of bands that I think you should be keeping an eye on, who've had a great year this year and done really nicely with their releases. It's all come out this year, what I've got for you today. So we're going to talk about these four bands. The first band I want to talk about is Pupil. These guys are out of the UK. These guys have had a great year, put out their album, and it's gone from strength to strength, getting in all the magazines and getting, the kind of more mainstream metal world has noticed them. Even though they are an extreme and grindy band, they've cut through with their stuff, because I think people are into very heavy stuff nowadays. There is an audience for that stuff within the mainstream even, and yeah, they've done very nicely, got featured in all the magazines and all the rest of it, got very good reviews for all their albums. We've spun them on the channel for all the tracks that they've released as well and loved it. So we're going to check out today Wounds Upon My Skin, just to remind you, because if you didn't check out this band this year, you missed out on them. You need to go and check them out. Massive sound. Just a 3-piece as well. Yeah. No. Just an extra bit on the end there. Yeah, this is a killer track. Loads of stuff going on it, loads of different influences really coming together, but there's definitely a chaotic and a grind influence in there. Super nice, great mix on this one. Loud, heavy, low, dirty and chunky. The bass section in there sounded absolutely great. Drums sound amazing, big ass washy cymbals. Dope. Say these guys had a great year because everyone who heard this just went, yeah, that's super dope, and passed it on to their mates, so it got about. Very, very cool. Great video to go with it as well. Nice high quality one. I think this was their first release as well, so they came out the gate swinging with a high quality video to go with the high quality music. That was loud. Super dope band. Definitely check them out if you missed them. This next band I want to talk about, we had these guys on the channel a bunch as well, and I want to talk about these guys because although we did have a few bands that sounded kind of along these lines of mathcore-y, hardcore-y stuff, I really enjoyed these guys. We checked them out a bunch of times on the channel, and every time I was like, yeah, this one's dope as well. And these guys have got a nice kind of hardcore party vibe in their music, bit of groove and stuff in there. So again, bringing in different influences together with the chaotic energy, just to kind of spice it up, make it a bit different. This is Def Club. This is a track that we've listened to quite recently, which I enjoyed, and it reminded me of the intro to my show as well, with all the TVs, which I think looks cool. This is Someday All Men Will Die. Great energy. That's just a dope blast of energy. Great video to go with it as well, with full of energy. Sick. Really enjoyed this one, but I really enjoyed all the tracks that we checked out from this band this year, so that's why I put them in this list today. I could have put other bands in there, which I kind of have missed off today. I feel bad about missing them off the list. Bands like Under the Pier and things like that, who also had a great year with a new release and all the rest of it. But I did talk about that band last year, so I wanted to check out, put on this roundup show more bands that I haven't spoken about before, just so I'm not repeating myself over and over again. And Def Club came through a bunch of times this year. They put out a bunch of videos, and yeah, I thought they did a great job in all of them. The next band I want to talk about, it's a one-man band, a solo artist, and I've actually kind of had a bit of a revelation about this guy today, and realised that I've known about this guy for a long time and seen him live a whole bunch of times as well, and had no idea. This is Drumcorps. We've checked out a bunch of his tracks this year. Glitchy, breaky, aim and breaks, but with a guitar-y, distorted and shouting, distorted edge to it as well, to bring in more of a band sound rather than just pure electronic stuff. And it turns out that I've actually seen this guy live a bunch of times in the past, when I was more into electronic and aim and break music. And yeah, I saw him at a festival and stuff like this. I'll actually check it out here. This is the Glade Festival from 2007, and if you look at the depth of that mud, it rained all weekend and before we even got there, and it was just like about a foot of slurry everywhere you went in the whole festival, but we still rocked it out. I think it was about, I don't know, 40,000 people in the field, and this was a kind of electronic fest with loads of glitching bands and aim and break bands and stuff like Aphex Twin and all that cool square pusher type stuff. And there he is, with his back to us with the dreadlocks. And I'll just show you another pic as well, which was funny. That again shows you just how muddy it was at this festival. Crazy. So yeah, I was at that festival, saw him live there, saw him live at other festivals as well, Bang Fates and stuff like this, because he used to go under the name, or still goes under the name, but not as Drumcorps, as Aaron Spector. And I saw it on his Facebook today that he's got Aaron Spector there. And I was like, oh, I recognise that name, I'm sure. And then I Googled Aaron Spector and Glade and got those pictures and stuff, and had a good reminisce about all the times I've seen him. So I've seen this guy live probably about 4 or 5 times in the past. That was a while ago now, probably makes us both feel old. The track we're going to check out today was a great one of his. It's called Monuments to a Poison Logic. You're either going to like this stuff or not. I like it very, very much. See what you think. Sick. This is a hard track. Goes hard down your ears. It's intense. It's extreme. I think it sounds super dope, super loud, super wide, pumped up in all the directions. I think he's killing it still. He used to do a lot more kind of just aim and break electronic music when I used to listen to him back in the past. And I really like now how he's incorporating these grind elements, a guitar, real drum sounds, as well mixed in with the electronic drum sounds and the aim and breaks and stuff. There's tons of kind of knob twiddling and stuff going on in this kind of band. And he used to do all that stuff live as well. When he put a live performance on, it wasn't just a case of hitting spacebar and here's what I've got on my laptop. This was a guy who used to twiddle all the knobs live and have a bunch of, kind of racks on him so he could do stuff. Very, very cool. And I'm sure he's still doing that live now. I really enjoyed this music. No wonder I did, because I've followed this guy for a long time, as it turns out. But I really like what he's doing now with the more band guitar distorted and real drum elements to the music as well. Just sounds heavy as hell. The last band I want to talk about today, this band is kind of a next level band in my opinion. Really high quality band, just creating amazing music. They've got grind elements within their music, but they're not just a grind band. These are an intense, chaotic band with a darkness, with a vibe to them. The video's crazy. If you're sensitive to epilepsy and stuff, you're not going to be able to watch this video, unfortunately. You just have to listen to the audio, because it's just an intense video flashing the whole way through. But it goes with the music as well. I do actually enjoy the video for this one, as flashing as it is, because it goes with the sound that's going on at the time. And it kind of, creates an audio visual performance in that way. So I like it. But man, this band is just next level. High quality music. Where did I see they were from? Latvia, I think. No, Lithuania. which is, we don't have many bands coming out of Lithuania either, but if they sounding like this, we need to get more of them. So let's check it out. This is Erdve. The track is Sugretinimas. Amazing sound. Lots of layers of guitar going on. It sounds thick and deep. Cymbals sound amazing. They create so much noise within the mix as well. Really filling out the high end. Jesus. These guys go friggin' hard as well. Layers and layers of distortion and noise and sound and cymbal noise and drums and shouting. Man, just a next level killer band. These guys just ooze quality as far as I'm concerned, because they've just got that, just everything comes together nicely for them. You can hear all the members of the band. The bass has got a great tone to it, and it just all comes together. The guitar tones gel together. They got a great mix. It's loud and it's not as wide as some of the other bands. I think that would be nice, maybe going forward, just to widen it out further, so it really feels like a wall of sound at the moment, but it's kind of coming at you from the front. Whereas the other bands who are a bit more spread out, it kind of comes at you from everywhere. It's like your whole ears are just filled with the sound. But man, there's 4 killer bands to check out this year. If these bands happen to pass you by, which is very easy to do, definitely go back and listen to their album that they put out this year, because it was a killer album. I tried to pick the best videos that they put out this year, but it doesn't do it justice just to listen to one of these guys' tracks, because all of their music was really, really great, and they had a great year off the back of it as well. People noticed these bands more and more this year because they put out such a great album, and that's what you've got to do to capture people's attention. So keep going, and hopefully next year they'll put out another album, or maybe in 18 months or something we'll get some more music out of these guys, because this is a kind of music that's fresh. It's got a grind, it's got a chaotic edge, so it ticks that box nicely and gives you what you want from the kind of Monday grind sessions, but it's got more to it as well. It's not just that. It's got hardcore elements, it's got chaotic hardcore elements, it's got doomy elements even, and sludgy elements, maybe more atmospheric stuff in there, electronic stuff, and mixing it up in that way as well, cutting it up and slicing up the music. So there's lots of ways to approach chaos and chaotic energy and that grindy energy, and I think these 4 bands that I've pulled out today all do it in a very nice way, in their own way, and in a modern and fresh way that you might not have heard before. So yeah, very, very cool. We're going to do more roundup shows for the rest of this week, and I've got still great bands to pull out. Doomy stuff, sludgy stuff. I've got some black metal bands I want to talk about as well, and some post-metal and post-rock stuff which we've had, which is super high quality, like perfection music. So if you just like high quality bands with a heavy edge to them, all the shows that are guaranteed for this next week as well are just going to be telling you bands that you really, really got to check out, and they might have just passed you by. So hope you've enjoyed that today, guys. Hope you're having a good day and all that jazz. We'll see you around. Bye.